it's very important to recognize that what happened in Europe in the spring was very, very damaging. It wasn't just that people came to doubt whether Europe had the will or the ability to stand behind their members and to help them go through what's going to be a very protracted, very difficult process of reform. It was that faced with that fear that advanced economies may not be able to meet their financial obligations, you saw I would say, exaggerated shift to concern about the near-term room for maneuver for policy in many economies. And the first effect was very damaging because it took a long time, far too long for Europe to decide that they were going to put in place a substantial financial support mechanism for their members. They've done that now. They've helped substantially reduce the pressure on the financial system and on those countries. And I'm completely confident that they'll meet that commitment and do what's necessary to stand behind that commitment. But in some ways, as damaging was a little bit of a loss of faith, a little loss of confidence in the near-term room for policy that many of the major economies have, certainly the surplus countries have, to take additional action. You saw Japan act this morning in another recognition that about how to get this balance right. So I think we've got to keep this in perspective. Again, the most important thing we can do now is to make sure that this recovery becomes self-sustaining. And if we do that well and don't make the classic mistake countries have made in the past, which is to move prematurely to excessive restraint, then we'll be in a much better position to address those long-term fiscal challenges.